I have been waiting for this game to get out of early access, Moonlight Peaks. In this video, I will walk through in-game day one and give you my first impressions. This cozy supernatural life sim game is such a refreshing new release in the genre of farming life simulation, and all the other games that are like it, and I'm so excited to just hop in and play. Here we are at the start menu, and now, so the first thing we have to do is make our character. There are so many customization options, including separate eye colors, custom eyelashes, cute makeup styles, various hairstyles, vampire-themed outfits, glasses, piercings, jewelry, and so much more. The amount of customization is not over or underwhelming, so I was able to get my character here done in less than 20 minutes. Wow. You also get to have your own Hell Kitten pet that you can name at the customization screen. My girl's name for the save is Diva. So now let's start day one. Cue the cute loading screen. So already I love the design of the game. I knew I would like the art style, but just off the get-go I love it. We start off in a large Dracula-like castle where we see our character here getting a little bit irritated and then floating out a coffin from inside her home, which is really giving vampire energy. I love that. I don't really know what's going on, and all of a sudden I see a run away from home option, which indicates that we will probably be moving to a new town, probably with the farm, maybe a mine, fishing. I don't know, let's see what happens. But we cannot leave our companion behind. Here's Diva coming to follow us to our new cutscene, which is on a train. Looks like our mom's checking in on us after seems like a fight with our dad about being a vampire. Who could our dad be? Let's find out by moving to our mom's hometown. So we arrive to a a weed-ridden farm with a shabby house at the front. This feels familiar. Our companion is already serving Diva energy and tells us to go inside and rest. We wake up via the coffin, which is so funny and cute and iconic. Inside our house, we already have a cooking pot with some recipes, coffin bed, of course, crafting table, and a mirror. Outside our house is a drunk man who looks vampire-y. Okay, confirmed. We woke him up via the watering can and got quite a visceral reaction. I really like the way that each character has their own movements because it really makes them feel unique. Kind of like the slow turn he did here. And I do want to note that there is a lot of dialogue in this game, but I have not gotten bored or wanted to skip through any of it. It has kept my attention almost the entire time. And so we learned that this man's name is Orlok, and he was looking for someone named Victor, who lived on this farm supposedly alone. He then gives us some seeds he stole from his nephew so that we can make him wine. Alright. He mentions our father, and I start to connect who we might be related to, and I think it rhymes with Smacula. So, next we get our next quest, meeting the townspeople. This is the first time opening up my quest log. I see my first two quests with some short and witty descriptions. We have 1 bottle of wine and meet the vampires, witches, werewolves, and seers. So freaking cool. Checking the mailbox, of course it is open, that's okay. I also want to note running around sometimes does cause a bit of screen lag. I'm not sure why, but usually a quick run inside will reset it. Here I go petting Diva. Thank you for a petting mechanic. Ugh, love it so freaking much. Alright, now let's go to the right side of our farm and see if we can find the town. We have found these two gentlemen talking about a broken bench and discovered that Brooke is our mayor. Yes, I laughed at the name resemblance. And our town carpenter named Ridge. Confirmed also that we are related to Dracula. For some reason, they both think that I will be a troublemaker, but I have a sneaking suspicion they are going to need my help in fixing up this town. Nope. And here is the first if you feel like helping out request. Spoke too soon. Mayor Brooke lets us know that we need to visit the town hall to register. Opening up the map and seeing the clouds covering and then being uncovered was such a cute detail. I already love everything that I see about this town. I'm able to hover over and see some businesses and buildings. I'm scrolling around and this map is huge. I did not expect there to be so many areas. I also see a couple of different characters that we haven't met yet, and something else I've noticed in the top right corner, this game happens at night. Such a cool twist I didn't even think about. We start our days at 6 p.m. and end them by 6 a.m. Also, you might notice the loading screens are a bit long. They said they're going to get that fixed, But anyways, I go up here, I spot an archway, I had to walk through it, takes me to this small beach. I'm able to pick up these cute shells, and I get a nice little notification description about what each one is. That is super handy, and I really love just the design of everything in this game. I have to keep saying it over and over again because it's so freaking good. So I open my map up again, and I can see that our newly discovered area is unclouded now. Such a cute little animation. I explore a little bit more in this area and start picking up every forageable I see, of course, and then go into the right side of the map, not knowing that it will lead us back into town. But I do love how everything connects. I'm learning the layout a little bit by a little bit. It looks like I'm pretty close to Town Hall, so I decide to pop on over. Oh, this place is cute, but what is that thing? Alright, it's a little snappy, a little bitey, and then Mayor Brooke comes to explain to me that this thing is Chester, my very own selling chest that will be moved to my property, so I make a silent note to myself to make sure I pet him later to earn his trust. But now it's time for our registration. The mayor lets us know that I need a picture for our ID, and I start thinking, if I'm a vampire, will I show up? And let's see what happens. He's telling me to say blood and fangs, and now something is wrong. I wonder what, and I was right. I did not show up. Awesome. But he says he'll draw me. I didn't know this town's mayor was an artist, so I thought that was pretty cute. Maybe he'll give me a little badge. What was that? Alright. Anyways, I open up the map and start to explore other tabs. Looks like we have a calendar with villagers' birthdays, a quest log with completed and active quests. Thank you, I love being able to see the completed ones, and some other tabs that we will get to a little bit later. Because now I want to keep exploring the town. Again, all the details are so cute. I love the color design of this entire game. All the plant life is just so awesome. I go inside this little boathouse and I make a pit stop and see a chicken, bat, owl? I don't really know, but I picked it up and ran away, thinking maybe I could bring this thing back to my farm. Stopping by this job board with nothing on it quite yet, and I see my first villager down here. So I stop to talk to him, and sadly, my chicken, bat, owl creature did run away. Our new villager we met is Noel, who seems to be a very pompous, self-proclaimed warlock, who also for some reason is a little flirty. We'll see how befriending him goes since there are so many marriage candidates in this game. It's a tough competition. This area down here is not reachable quite yet, so I leave and head towards my farm once again. Back on my farm, and there he is, my Chester. We will have to relocate him a little bit later, but I remember that I have to go talk to someone named Victor, and this suspicious looking house happens to be right over here. And there he is, I think? We end up learning that Victor is actually my uncle and has had a curse placed on him. He teaches us the basics of farming. You know, I thought he would have asked for my help maybe, but let's see if that changes in time. Now it's time to start learning our tools. I open the tool wheel and see the shovel, which I will use on this little swirly ground spot. And it worked! We got gold and also a new recipe. Now it's time to start planting some seeds and getting to work. After shoveling the ground spots that I wanted, I plant my grape seeds and water them. The watering mechanic is actually pretty cool. It waters a general area instead of like a one crop square at a time. So I really do enjoy this feature. And I also wonder how the upgrading of the watering can is going to work later. My next mission is to start cleaning up all the debris around my farm, so I start scything the weeds, chopping the wood, and axing the rocks. This is definitely going to take a while with my limited stamina on the top left. I wish I could see the exact number when I hover over the stamina bar, but I have a good estimation. Trying to find the button for my inventory, and there it is. This actually feels like a pretty good beginning inventory size bag. Another new thing I discover in my menu is the Almanac book, which contains all of the things I have discovered in the game. That's super neat. Going back into town, since I have some extra time, I want to try to meet some of the villagers and start getting ahead of that quest I have to meet all the townspeople. So, the first villager we meet is Luna. She is the nature witch who sells seeds, Mina, a vampire who runs a local cafe, Evan, who is the younger brother of Mina and also helps out in the cafe. Alina, who seems to love creatures and maybe our mystery friend from earlier. Fiona, who is the leader of the Witches' Coven and seemingly a hater of Orlok. Sabrina, a witch who runs the magic shop called Web of Wonders. Eris, a seer who runs the town's tailoring shop. Samuel, a vampire who runs the town bar called the Broken Lamp. Elvira, the artsy niece of Ulrock and also sister of Samuel. Saga, a werewolf and the daughter of Mayor Brooke. Dragon, a seer who can see the future and possibly someone who will show us a cool card game. Fingers crossed. Ludo, the werewolf son of Ridge and also the town prankster. And whew, that was so many introductions. Let's head back to the farm. Back on the farm, I decided to use up the rest of my energy and clean up just a little bit more. After running out of that energy, I am prompted to head back to bed to reset and start the next day. After going to sleep in my coffin, I get a few recap details from my first in-game day here. So under unlocks, I got a new recipe, relationship updates were all my new acquaintances, and I can now see who is marriage eligible. Wow. Finally, the calendar rips to a new day, and day 2 is where I will start my next video. As someone who has sunk so many hours into games like Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing, Core Keeper, Graveyard Keeper, and so many other farming sims / life sim games, I have to say I am very impressed so far with Moonlight Peaks. I discovered this game on TikTok when scrolling and got a peek of the early access gameplay, so it has been on my wishlist for quite some time, and I am so excited to keep playing in the future. I can feel myself getting addicted to it already. I plan for my next video to feature the first 20 in-game days with an updated review on my opinion, so stay tuned for that. Please hit that like and subscribe button and comment any questions you might have. I'll do my best to answer them, or maybe even better, leave me some tips and tricks that I might be missing for the beginning of my gameplay here. I also am trying to stream on Twitch. I post a lot of funny, silly videos on TikTok, and I'm going to try to post more on here. So go ahead and check me out. All the descriptions will be in my bio here. And thanks for watching. Bye.